left us. He forgot us. He don't remember us. Hello, viewers. Me again. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work, health and strength is good or excellent. Yep. Okay, you Linux nerds, I got something for you. Listen to this. Intel is shutting down Clear OS. I just did a video on another distro that they just shut down too, so yeah. Anyway, says here Clear OS was Linux distribution maintained by Intel itself. It wasn't a general purpose operating system and was instead meant for more specialized activities like cloud computing, distributed computing, DevOps. But perhaps the main selling point of this distro was that it was optimized for Intel hardware. It says these improvements extends to AMD too. Despite its being fairly popular within its niche community, Intel has decided to axe the project. It says in a forum, the Clear Linux OS team has announced that effective immediately is ending support for the project. What this means is that no security updates or patches will provide for the OS. It says here in addition, the project GitHub repository will soon be archived in a read-only mode. Intel has urged users of Clear Linux OS to mitigate to any other Linux distro that is being clearly maintained. No reason for abandonment has been highlighted, but it is likely that this decision is backed by cost-cutting measures. Intel recently announced layoff impacting 5,000 employees, while also making a rather somber comment. It says here that it is too far behind in the AI race to catch up now. It says it is possible that the Clear Linux OS project was axed to improve the company's financial posture, but it is unknown if the team behind the initiative is impacted too. Then it says Intel has emphasized that despite the disclosure, it remains fully committed to the Linux ecosystem and will continue to supporting open source projects and distros maintained by others. Its effort will resolve in same areas of improving the performance of Linux software on Intel hardware. And then it says here, responses to the thread have been very sympathetic and supportive, with many expressing gratitude to the Clear Linux OS team for supporting the project for over a decade. It remains to be seen which Linux distro Clear Linux OS customers will gravitate to next. And that is that. So yeah, Intel made some change to the Linux OS, but they remain committed to the Linux operating system or ecosystem. They're behind in the AI race, so that means they're trying to play catch up. So they probably the Linux OS that they're supporting, they probably let go of Clear Linux and then probably use those developers to work on other Linux distros, which could make sense. Probably save them some time too, and some money. Yep. So yeah. Come on, commenters. What do you have? I'm looking in the comment section right now to see what these guys are yapping about. They always got something to say. These commenters. So they're trying to get through this here. See what I got on the comment section. Okay, we got related stories. Where's the comments? Comments, where are you? Any comments? Come on, guys. Here we go. Got 17 comments. Let's see what they're talking about here. Okay, let's see here. That's what we got here. Let's see the ghost phantom said this. What did he say? He said Intel recently announced layoffs impacting 5,000 employees, was also making a rather somber comment that it's too far behind in the AI race. That's ridiculous. Whatever we want to, he said, whatever we want to this current AI race is absolutely not artificial intelligence, but it's not too late to spend a bunch of money to make a couple of bucks, only to lose it all when this AI craze ends suddenly. Yeah, and let's not forget that the government is they're buying like 10% of Intel stock, Intel shares. Anyway, our stock, that is. Says here, the Crip said this, that's why, as a general guideline, whatever Linux distro you choose, it's best to stick with the one that's been around a long time, with a bit more of a name to since it's less likely they will just end it out of nowhere. Apparently, Clear Linux has been around for a little over 10 years now, which is a while, but not quite a long time. And it says, P.S. That's one of the reason I stick with Linux Mint, since it's been around longer than perhaps a high percentage of others. And then he says, i.e. August 2006. So nearly, what's that? 16, 19, 19 years now. And he says, probably ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And I figure anything based on Debian, Ubuntu, Mint Mint 22 is based on Ubuntu 2404 LTS, and Mint what's this alternative LMDE is based on Debian. It's probably a wiser all around choice than other, mainly because while there is no exact standard when it comes to desktop Linux PCs, Debian, Ubuntu's are probably a close as it get. I would imagine these probability have the most users without checking. Look, and let's not forget Puppy Linux, not Puppy Linux, but XFCE. That's a part of Linux Mint too. Yeah. I use XFCE. So yeah. anyway, who's this? And then Leon said this. This is what Leon talking about here. Leon said this. Nothing. What he says. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Clement Leafy. He says could die tomorrow of a heart attack. He says without his leadership, it says the rest of the Mint developers could lose interest of the next guy in the line to pick up the torch. And he says could be incompetence or something, and the project would die just like that. All of this is just hypothetical. He says of course, and completely possible. And then he says, my point is never take anything for granted. I did say that Ubuntu LTS being backed by an actual company is the safer bet in our production system, but that's just my opinion, of course. Others might think different. Well, I mean, Ubuntu and Linux Mint, and then XFCE. Of course, there's the Fedora guys got something to say about it. See, I could sit here and read all these comments, but my phone is acting up on me again. So yeah, I'm going to cut it short there. But yeah, there were 17 comments, and I was loving them. But but this crazy phone of mine here. So yeah, see if I can find this back. But I think when it comes down to the distro, when it comes down to Linux and these distros, it's all about who got the bigger user base matters, you know. So yeah, of course, Bazite is gaining steam too. So yeah, of course, there's Arch Linux with the Steam Deck crew. So can't forget that. So yeah, yeah, on Linux, user base does matters, man. It does matter. So yeah, so if they maybe those users of of this OS they probably got other Linux distros that they like, so they probably was prepared for this just in case. Just saying. So that's the thing about Linux with all these distros. You might got a couple of them or more that you like, but you do that so just in case if they stop supporting one of them, you were already prepared for it. Just saying, versus just sticking to one. You know, so yeah. Anyway, I'm just sitting here running my mouth. But anyway, yeah. Trying to get back to this, but come on. Now, where was I at before I was rudely interrupted here? Trying to get this over here. Get this here. I had 17 comments I was trying to get through, but I was rudely interrupted. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. But when it comes to these Linux distros, though, you wanna have more than one that you're using, you know, and be prepared for whatever comes. Because the one that just got discontinued to is Kaizen Linux, but the one that I'm talking about now is Clear Linux. So yeah, and let's see here, what do we got? Good articles too, yeah, and of course you learn from the comments, you know, see what people be thinking. Anywho, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. You know, yeah, you know, I can't wait to get back to my desktop so I can really go at this. Of course, I got another tablet around here, laying around here somewhere. Maybe I'm gonna have to go back to the store and get a second tablet and have that to look at, and then use this one to record on. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal Star Wars Search Flag, Borg Dark Side. Go. Peace.